Hi guys, welcome back. So, I know I look so great. Eventually the temple building will end. It will. It will reach an end point. There will be no more furniture left, or there will be no more temples or something. Trust me, it's coming. But I was feeling really down today because, I'm trying to adjust to the fact that sometimes gods do make grand promises, and either we have to wait and they meant it, or whatever. I don't think they lie to us. I think sometimes stuff just isn't in the cards for us. Anyhow, I'm gonna have faith back here. Okay, sweetheart. So I worked on the temples today, but the reason I worked on the temples today, even though I didn't really feel like going in at first, to be perfectly honest, because it is a lot of work as much as I love them. Um, I was on Pinterest, and you know those scary Reddit stories. While I was playing this collection of Reddit stories, and somebody blah blah blah, Satan blah blah blah, demons, and you know how kids do stupid shit, and then something scares them, and then ooh, it's a demon, right? Like the wind blows against the house, oh, a demon came. Anyhow, I get giggling back here, or it was low key 50% chance. Anyhow, I just said idly, I wish Satan or someone would show me they love me and they're going to take care of me. And I'm on Pinterest, right? And I come across this pin of this guy talking to this woman from, somewhere, I can't even remember the country now, but it was, South American country. And she's telling him about I think her nephew, and he's going to get married to this woman, and they've known each other since childhood. And he says, oh, wish someone loved me like that. And she looks at him and she says, do you think my ancestors went into the jungle and just found temples built? She says, no, Mija, you have to work for it should be Mijo, but I'm sure she didn't even say it like that. But anyhow, she's like, you have to look for the clearing and then you build the temple. She said, maybe they found a nice clearing, maybe there was some water nearby, but they built the temple. It took time to build the temple. She said, don't look for a temple. Don't look for this love they have that they're just going to get married. That took many years to build. It took from their childhood up until their adulthood. She said, look for a nice clearing. And I'm like, oh. And they're right. Sometimes we can go into a relationship with a god, especially if they come in making grand promises, and sometimes they do. And when it doesn't happen overnight or within a couple of days or a week or whatever, we're pretty sure they lied to us and they hate us and none of the gods love us, and it takes time to build up. And sometimes you have to have faith even when sometimes the promises don't seem like they're coming. Just, have faith. It's hard, yeah, but have faith. And it was definitely a temples reference, so I went into the temples. And, they appreciate any effort we make, but I was looking around these temples like, wow. So Oski got his temple remade, and he has a dragon now, and a giant planetarium, and a northern light show. So he kind of likes that. It's hard to explain, but he has that, and I decorated some more in there. And I went to Odin's temple and I said, I looked at it, and I'm sure you guys saw the small thumbnail, and I said, this looks like Doctor Doom's Dungeon of Death. So I said, it's supposed to be Valhalla, not some kind of super villain lair. So we remade that, and he's happy with that because there's the feasting hall and stuff like that. Now, it's not perfect, guys, because we are like literally running out of furniture, but it's what I could do. And Loki wanted stuff in his hall, so I went to Loki's hall, and I went to the Satan and Lucifer hall, and I worked all night. And it takes so much time. It can take you half hour to work on a little room. You have to find the rug, you have to size the rug, you have to find the furniture, and then you get the furniture in there. None of this goes together, so you gotta start all over again. That's how you sink hours into doing just a couple of things. It's why I have renewed respect for devs, because you can sink hundreds of hours into something that would take a player maybe 20 seconds to 2 minutes to go through, and you sunk hundreds of hours into that just to entertain them for 2 minutes. So I have a lot more love and respect for devs now. I really do, because when you're doing all this work, you're like, holy Jesus, who could do this for a living? I'm doing it because I love the gods, because they keep offering me They said, why won't you take your own house? Don't you love yourself enough? I said, I don't got time to do this shit for me. And I said, I really don't care for myself. I said, if it's going to be a place we can live together and I can come visit you and I can hang out and everything, that's great. Or it's a place you would live with me. I said, it's going to look exactly like God Home because I'm not going to just have a house just for myself, with nobody in it with me. I go out of my damn mind. And we're running out of stuff anyways. Everybody has agreed it's more important that I made the main temple we go to every time we land. I made that look beautiful, and I'm going to make the temples look as pretty as possible, but we are just out of stuff, guys. And all the hours that we sunk into doing these temples, no drop boxes. So we are out of furniture. I told them, I said, I want to keep working on these temples, but I'm actually going to have to stop working on the temples and sink time into VR now. I know what that sounds like. But I said, baby, I gotta earn you some furniture. That's the only way to do it now. So now I gotta go in and play VR games. And I know what that sounds like because I love VR. But it's kind of like trying to make a baby. It's like you normally love the process until you have to. So it's like, what do you want to play for a couple hours? I don't know. I don't care. And the drop boxes are random, guys. We could get 20 surfboards or 20 snakes or 20 chairs. It's not, people have begged. People said, why don't you just drop us credits and give us like a store we can go to and we can get exactly what we want? No, we're just giving you totally random shit. It's why our houses look the way they do, Oculus. Like, if we could go in. And I even suggested, I put a suggestion in years ago. I said, why don't you let us earn credits? And I said, you could even charge more credits for stuff and have like a lot more variety and like have beds and stuff. I'd be willing to pay, say, 10 credits for something I really want instead of getting, 3 or 4 drop boxes of crap I don't need and just sits in the inventory and we never put it up. I'm never going to use a coat rack unless I meet a deity that is the deity of coat racks. I'm never going to use a coat rack. And the bar stool, bar stools we can use, but it's like we're using the bar stools, but stuff like coat racks and other stuff and like a lot of the art I just don't like. It's useless and it's sitting in my inventory forever. So we do have stuff. We keep making a joke that the god nobody likes, if they ever show up in our life, is going to be the one to get all the leftover scrappy stuff, but not even the other gods want. It's a joke. They would get nice stuff. But yeah. So we've just been working on temples, and it kind of reminded me that those relationships take time, and they know it's a lot of hard work. They see me kind of dragging around. You would think it wouldn't be hard because you're sitting there with controls in your hand and a light box on your head, but it's kind of hard to wear the equipment for extended periods sometimes, and it can just get mentally exhausting because you're doing all this stuff and you're spending all these hours and maybe you got one room done and you're looking at it like, why? Why? How did it possibly take all this time to just get one little section done? So it can be frustrating, but we're going to keep going on and eventually we'll be done. We're all looking forward to the day when it's like done. And they were like, you're too run down. Take the rest of the day off. You're exhausted. You can't see straight at this point. I was like just looking around temples like, "Ugh." So yeah, I'm exhausted. If I do play today, I'm going to just go in VR or desktop and just play games. But I am done designing for right now because honestly, we blew through. We got for like the 8 or 10 hours we spent designing, we got 2 drop boxes and usually get a drop box at a rate of a half hour of gameplay. So yeah, we should have got like 20 or 30 drop boxes for all the time, but no. So yeah, we're tired. We're tired. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.